here for the first time. And farmers would have requested a number of projects. And to date, we have desilted all the major canals and infrastructure in this community. All. And I could name the canals. I could go and name the canals that we have desilted. We have worked with the farmers and we have ensured that they are going back to the land. Lord A.G. Nandala just spoke about empowerment. And in our plan for to develop the agriculture sector, to become food secure, you are part and a big part of our plan, the east coast of Demerara. And we know for a fact that the east coast was once a very productive area for us in this country. And we will make you once again productive for the development of our country. We will ensure that we empower each and every one of you. And this morning here, we are here to listen to you or some of the concerns that you have. I want to tell you that this year, we'll continue the development in this community. When I was here earlier part of the year, you made a request that you need on our weather road. And I want to tell you that has been approved. And now the tender is out for construction of an all-weather road in Victoria to take you to the farmland. That is empowerment that we're talking about. We came, you said that you're
All right, let's just have you know that this is currently the, as Sean Ben put, Balderash or Balderdash, right? Because that is what it is, and these people are using the resources. Look at all of them at that. Look at all of them there, right? Let's see who are at the table there. You have housing, you have social services, you have Anil, you have that planted chips man, former planted chip seller. Joseph, you have the guy that is selling there, and he represents one of the most corrupt regions out there from Berbice Region 6. The guy that is speaking, is the Minister of Agriculture. And then we have next to him is not the guy rubbing his eyes all bored. That's Ramson Jr. He knows that it's lies and lies that they're peddling there. And then you have that guy in the blue shirt there. Next to the speaker is the prime minister, who's always sailing in, understand what's going on. Then you have next to him is rubbing his hand there, all bored, look like he's in another world. Ramson. Then next to Ramson, you have Frank Anthony, the Minister of Health. We still haven't heard anything about the COVID grant, the COVID cash grant. We haven't heard anything about that fake contract and that corrupt contract with the COVID-19 vaccine. We haven't heard. And next to him, the guy that's texting is the Minister of Local Government. Next to him is the Minister of Tourism. And next to her is the one who is always accused of lovey-doveying up with little boys, Kwame McCoy. So that's it. These are the people that they brought into the community, brought into the village of Victoria, a strong village that has been ignored by the PPP, by the very PPP for 26 years. Yet today, now they have the audacity to walk into the village of Victoria to lie to the people. All that they're saying here is lies, 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 and more lies. And don't be fooled. They went in there. Look at all these ministers from the regime that has rigged the elections. Look at all of them there. You think they rode a bicycle there by themselves? They went there with outriders, security, of course, staff personnel that make up this audience here. They bust people in, 2, 3, 4, 5 bus loads of people. So the people that you're seeing in the audience, majority of those people are not from Victoria. I repeat, majority of these people are not from Victoria. They're not. They paid people to go there. $5,000, $10,000, and so forth. Now let's get back, if we can. Let's get back to the lies. I want you guys to hear some of the lies these people peddling. Coming from Mustafa Zulfakar, The man who has failed the Ministry of Agriculture is talking about development. Let's hear.
Produce more. And if you produce more, Guyana will be food secure, and then we will help CARICOM to be food secure. So that's the aim, the long-term aim of us. So we will continue with every single farmers to help them to ensure that they prepare themselves to come into this activity so that we can move the process forward. You might have individual requests here this morning. We are willing to listen to the individual requests, but
they're not willing to listen to anything. This guy is talking about look, Kwame and what's his name whispering something. Look, they're gonna whisper something to Mark Phillips now. They're gonna continue the propaganda. They're gonna look, they're not sure what's going on, what's happened. We got to get this propaganda going, right? Yep, they got to get the propaganda. Frank is like, what's going on? What's happening here? So they're planning. They know what it's about. They know exactly what this propaganda is about. Look, Mark Philip whispering, get some food for me. Bring little fried rice, little shine rice. Get and they're planning. They're gonna talk to that girl in the glasses now. Look, here what happened. Why you get some people? And look, turn the camera now so that you can see the folks that they paid. A lot of people they paid to send in there to Victoria. Let's hear what she has to say now.
Not here mentioned, and it is there for more than 2 years. We've been making representation to get it clear. That is from Victoria to Haslington. The canal there is in a terrible state. I heard you spoke about canal and the Coven John. Craig Mill needs some cleaning from the back. So, and the communication, I think we need some more of that because sometimes things happen in our community, in our NDC, and we don't know. So I'm asking for some more communication so that the NDC, because everybody come to the NDC first. They ain't doing nothing and they ain't doing this and they ain't doing that. So you need to come to we need some more communication from you up there to the NDC so we can also represent the saying those persons who may have received things, whatever, things from the wherever. So we need those kind of communication so that we can also represent when it comes to this level. So I would now ask that we listen to our Minister of Labor, and I was told that he also has some ties here in Victoria, Mr. Hamilton.
Get some bow ties.
Let us hear.
Thank you very much. And let me start out by recognizing the Prime Minister and my colleagues here. And just to claim ownership of these surroundings more than my colleague Kwame McCoy. Hamiltons and Blairs, I'm sure a lot is in this audience here. Quickly, a couple of things. Look, I just want to speak specifically
mind you, they
about training,
ownership,
technical education, education. I was just speaking to two gentlemen, and I'm told you have 2 training centers in the village. And so the question we have to answer, we have to resolve, why the Board of Industrial Training, we have not been doing training in the community. And I promised them that after this is done, I will visit both facilities and we can.
All right, let's forget because what he says doesn't make sense. It's all about propaganda. Doesn't make sense at all. Suddenly they're going to claim ownership. Oh, I have one from Victoria. He suddenly, for 26 years they were in office, he never claimed ownership. Nobody knew anything about him and Victoria. Suddenly now we're hearing that Kwame McCoy is claiming some sort of ownership. I don't know, little boys don't count. But I'm sure that the little boys in Victoria are not going to put themselves up to be abused, mind you. So this is where we are. I'm not hearing the drums. It's happening right now, but I'm not hearing the drums. Where are the drums? Where are the drums in Victoria? Where's the opposition when you need them? Even if it's one member of parliament outside of this meeting with a placard to to motivate the others to come out with a placard and not allow these individuals to go in with their propaganda. To allow them to just stand there and lie to the people is unacceptable. But I guess the opposition folks are strategizing, right? They know all about strategizing. Let's hear a little more of this propaganda here.
Who have some skill and some trade they're involved in, to take them to that facility and train them to ensure they can be certified and accredited. That would allow you to work any part of the Caribbean. So in 6 months' time, we will have a facility. And so when I come to Victoria and Haslington, and so the guys don't tell me they're busy playing domino. I want to be able to take you to the facility so that you can properly have yourself accredited and certified. The problem we might have in this country that we have to deal with.
Let's hear.
You might have some high-tech facility being built in this country. And the contract that the contractor has in his hand, it says it's only an accredited or certified plumber can work on the building. And we might have people coming from Philippines to put on toilet bowl in Guyana. Unless we resolve the problem we have regarding those issues. Electrical installation, a lot of people run wire, but they have no...
Lies, 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 lies. The vocational schools were, let me break this down for you guys. Under the 20-something years dictatorship of the PPP, all these schools were shut down. Port Moran Training School, shut down. Port Moran Technical Institute, that is, shut down. New Amsterdam Technical Institute, shut down. Technical Institute in Georgetown and Linden and across the country, shut down. Became inactive under the PPP regime. All these young people, some of whom he's speaking to right now, were denied that opportunity under the PPP regime. Those things were resurfaced and resurrected under the coalition, where we saw the Technical Institute out there in Port Moran, in New Amsterdam, in Linden, in Georgetown. All these places, all these things became alive again under the coalition because they were dead for 26 years or nearly 26 years under the PPP regime. Now, suddenly they're going into these villages to talk about those of you who might be electricians, those of you who might be whatever. You got to get your skills. You got to go to school, and this is what we want to provide for you. Lies, 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 lies. They never cared about these people. And if we have some folks out in Victoria listening right now, where are the drums? What is happening? Are you guys going to be subjected to these sort of propaganda, these sort of lies that is happening? Is that what the village of Victoria and other villages have been reduced to? To sit and just allow these people with lies? Where are the drums? Where are representatives? Where are the members of parliament representing that area? Where are they? Why aren't they in front with any placard? Why aren't they inside of this meeting here to brook up the meeting in a nice way, mind you? Not in any violent way. The PPP are notorious of being at these meetings and brocking it up. In a nice way, pick up a placard and just shout lies, lies, lies. Even if the security put you out, you got your point across. They did that to President David Granger at the Pegasus, right? When some of them who parading as private sector, as members of the private sector commission, businessmen, so-called businessmen and so forth, they pick up placard and they protested David Arthur Granger at the Pegasus. So it's nothing illegal. If I were a member of parliament in the opposition, I don't have to wait until I go to parliament to make some sort of representation. This is where you should make the representation. Put up a placard. Let the people know it's lies, 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 and a pack of lies. Look at this. Look at all the buses. You see them big buses there? Y'all think I was lying, right? You see them big buses? All of these people are not from Victoria, you know. Look, Gloria. I know Gloria. Gloria from Albaistom. Look, the other lady straight over the side, Indira. She looked like Polari lady from Manripo, right? Majority of these people are not from Victoria. Y'all gotta, these people in the opposition gotta be far more proactive. Y'all gotta counter the lies of these people. And now let's hear, you can't blame this lady, definitely gonna get a little $1,000, a little whatever. Let's see now. Ooh, look, oh gosh, look who's speaking now.
Good day, everyone. So Joe claims ownership of Victoria
He
and
can
for
claim
me,
ownership of Victoria
but I
too.
actually lived in Golden Grove in my teenage years. But I don't think many people know that. But I actually, my teenage years were spent in Golden Grove. And Prime Minister, when you were in the army, at 5 o'clock every morning, we used to run from Golden Grove to Belfield Bridge. Sometimes we used to go till to Hope and run back at 5 o'clock every morning. Much more fit than many of the Victorians. But
Everybody
nevertheless,
owning
I'm very
Victoria
happy to
today.
be in Victoria this morning. We have quite a lot of work to do in Victoria. I remember when I was growing up, we used to come to the library at Victoria. And for many years, I've not heard whether this library has been functioning. And I see some faces looking at me in bewilderment, as though that they have no idea where the library is.
Nabacoles.
I am telling you, in 1985, we used to come. I know the Nabaklis Library just off the road by the Moravian Church. I'm telling you, we used to come here. How many of you born in 1985?
Come on, just
Some
go.
of you don't.
How many of them
We,
punched
we had
26
we
years
had
under the PPP were
Mr.
denied
Baines used
opportunity?
to organize to
Come on.
come to a reading library for us in Victoria in 1985. So I know that because in those years, this is where I grew up. This community.
Uh, everybody gonna remember
We are
that.
doing like my colleagues have said. We are making steadfast progress on the East Coast. I want to, on behalf of
pressure, boss
the
fight.
sector that I work in, I'm the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development.
Pressure was
And within
fine.
this community specifically, we have employed over the last 2 months, 50 persons
Doing what?
under our part-time program. They earn $40,000 per month to
Who
do
are those?
community work within Victoria. So NDC chair, that is $2 million per month that comes into Victoria alone. Within the NDC area, we have over 200 persons.
You know, that again is a lie. We're hearing everybody get some sort of connection to Victoria. And this is going to be the strategy of these folks. Every village that they go, predominantly African Guyanese village that they go, you're going to hear similar stories because this is planned. This is what they're going to do. Oh, I have a connection here. I used to jog. I used to run from Golden Grove, and I used to go straight past Victoria and so forth. And I know you're going to hear these things. But mind you, they are scheduled to be at Babujan. They're scheduled to be in Babujan maybe tomorrow to glorify Chetty Jagan. And Chetty, in my opinion, should just come walk right out of his grave and put two knuckles on them. Guess who is talking about Chetty and Chetty's quote unquote legacy tomorrow? Jagdeo and Irfan Ali. Two Lagu Bagus who should never, and I'm sure that probably Jagan would never even get them cutting cane next to him. But you think Mark Phillips is going to go and lay claim to Babujan tomorrow, Port Morant? You think Cassava Ball Joe or Plantain Chip Joe is going to go to Babujan and lay some sort of claim? No, they're not. You think the one who's always being accused of interfering with some little boy is going to be there too? No. But let's hear what this other guy. Let's. Sometimes it's good to hear them and come to them on the spot. Expose their lies on the spot and their propaganda on the spot. He's talking about 40 part-time jobs. Where? Let me hear what's going on. Let me hear.
Resources, and I've told her we've given approval as well for a mini excavator to be bought for this NDC area. So there will be a lot of work, community work that is going to be done. So whilst we are doing the heavy lifting,
here what happened with these guys and their propaganda. They get excavators, they get whatever it is, combine and drag lines and these sort of things in Region 6. As the Minister of Agriculture, who are the ones who are using these things? Who are using these things? They're not benefiting the people. You could even ask J.R. Crawford. They're not benefiting the rice farmers. They're not benefiting the residents of Alnis, Kilmarnock, Bushlat, they're not benefiting anyone. So the lies and lies and lies. Where are the Victorians, man? Why are they out there beating drums?
Knowing that we're here to work, we're not here to just listen, but we're also here to make decisions. And Prime Minister, I'm very happy that you have brought me on your team to work with the residents of Hassington Grove, and more specifically the residents of Victoria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Darmla. So you've heard a new tractor for Haslington Grove.
Tractor.
Loud and clear. And approval has been granted for the excavator. So note on board. Thank you.
Tractor. Tractor.
And now listen to our minister within the Ministry of Housing, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you very much to the NDC Chair, Prime Minister, colleague ministers. Prime Minister, I would like to first of all thank you for leading this outreach here today, and I must say it is a privilege for me to be here at your service and at the service of the residents of Victoria and the Grove Haslington NDC. Let me also commend all of the residents who are here today for turning out in their large numbers. This shows that you are interested and you are ready to take charge.
Let me say this. The majority of people there are not from Victoria. The majority of people there are not. I just identified Auntie from Monrepo. I just identified Gloria from, oh shucks, look, Kashif and Shanghai all there. Kashif from, look, Kashif there to the left. Kashif from Victoria too. Kashif is there. Most of these people are not from Victoria. Don't let these folks lie to you guys. They know how to make up the numbers. They have the money to pay for the buses and these sort of things to go in. They are not concerned about the people of Victoria. Don't be fooled. So they're going to go and tell you that they're giving a tractor, some old tractor. Guess who is going to get the contract to supply the tractor? Just guess who? It's all a money making something where they're going into these communities and just giving the people crumbs upon crumbs upon crumbs, lying to the people. That is what this meeting is about. This is not a meeting that shows any care or respect for the people of Victoria or surrounding areas. None whatsoever. It's propaganda. They're spreading lies and propaganda. That's what it is. Do not be fooled. Look at the lady in front there with the drink. They get soda, and she giving a little bite of soda in the straw, and he drinking his soda. At the side, they spent a couple $100,000 to get soda from their friends' stores. And look, the Minister of Social Services, she can take a picture there with the little guy out in front there with the mother drinking a soda. Look, she's snapping a photo. Look, she can snap a photo, she can smile, and when they're done with their meeting, she's gonna go over, sit next to the child or hice him, and take a nice selfie. And it serves their propaganda purpose.
That you are not forgotten. You were never forgotten. You have always been included in our development, but everything in due course. And so we are now, the Ministry of Housing will be coming to the East Coast next month, April, to commence our new.
Hear what again? Again, political propaganda. She is saying to the people of Victoria, and I know Victoria very well. I've gone into Victoria on the dam leading towards the back dam side to play African movies and African songs and to have discussions with them. So I know those folks out there, and I think I've attended a couple of funerals there in Victoria as well, and stopped by some residents. So I know the area very well. What I do know is that for 20-something years, 26 years, the people of Victoria have been ignored. Again, I repeat, the people of Victoria have been ignored by the PPP regime. So for them to suddenly pop up jump out of their holes to be there today to lie to the people. I don't know. And no drums, no chasing of these people out. I don't know what's happening. I just don't know what is happening. And nothing is wrong with chasing them out, you know. Nothing is wrong with chasing them out. Remember what this goon said, right?
Right across Ghana, when the ministers of Granger or Nagamutu come here after the 21st of March, you say to them, walk behind them, chase them out, they're going to be illegal. Say to them, you're illegal. Free up the country, you're undemocratic. They're going to face a different situation right across the country.
Ministers, when they come to the communities, whether it is in Berbice or Essecubo and Linden or in South Georgetown or Agricola or in Ennore or Port Morant, the people of Guyana should treat them as illegal. I said they should walk behind them, chase them out of your communities because it means they've been squatting in power.
So what should the people do here? Look! I know the lady from Georgetown. Majority, 95% of those people are not from Victoria. Don't be fooled. It's camera tricks. They're not. They have been bussed in there. You see those big buses. Some of them are staff members and so forth. But the lady's still with a straw and a little boy and a soda. Oh man, leave the little boy alone. Gosh. You guys want to hear more? Let's hear the propaganda, and I'll tell you guys about the housing ministry.
People. So we have all of these opportunities available. We are ensuring that our programs are delivered in an equitable way where men, women, Afro-Guyanese, Indo-Guyanese, PPP supporters, PNC supporters, whoever you are Guyanese first. And we are ensuring that the plans and the programs that we have, that you can all benefit from it. Everybody who comes for a household allocation, and all of you here know it. When you come to us at our Dream Realize allocations, nobody here watching face. Everybody who comes to us.
Lies, 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 and lies. A pack of lies. A pack of lies. For 26 years, they have discriminated against the people of Guyana. People had to wait 15, 20 years just to get a house lot approved. 15, 20 years, lies upon lies. When Irfan Ali was minister, quote unquote, minister of housing, he allegedly ill-treated so many applicants. But today, 2023, on this Saturday, the 25th day of March, in Victoria, where the people pooled up their monies to purchase that village, you go into that village to lie to the people and to bus people into that village to make it appear that majority of the people there are Victorians. I'm not saying that there might not be a couple, but all those people are not from Victoria. Let me see who else is not from Victoria. Let me see who else is not from Victoria. Almost all of these guys in front is not from Victoria. Almost all of them. And I'm sure that little boy, when he gets older, he's going to be dread. He's going to be vexed with his mother. Because his mother probably doesn't even know what is this meeting about. I'm sure that his mother is not even from Victoria. But you get the little boy up in front there, still with a straw, forcing him to drink out of a straw with some soda that's probably expired that they brought. Anyways, let's hear some more propaganda for 30 seconds or so.
Be empowered. Looking across to the water sector, across this country, people have access to water. But the difficulty that we have is that people want access to treated water. And so we've developed a 5-year strategic plan through the Guyana Water Inc. to ensure that we deliver 90% treated water coverage.
Lies upon lies again for 26 years. And I go back to the 26 years, and plus they're almost 3 years in office. No improvements in these areas. I asked the people about the level of water, the quality of water. They can't even get water in their homes any longer. It is a fact. Everything just went down the drain under this installed PPP regime. Look at Anil. Speaking of water, He going to drink little water now. There he goes. You think he can get that sort of water from the pipe? No. But we saw better quality of water. We saw people in areas who never had water, who could have never turned on the pipe or the pump, worked in their communities. But we saw these developments under the coalition. It is a fact. The coalition wasn't perfect. They made some silly mistakes and silly errors, yes. But we saw far more developments under the coalition government. Forget about the propaganda, which hole these people were dragged out from. Look, she's talking, the residents are lost, and these kunumunus on the stage, look, Planted Chipman looking in his cell phone, the other one from Ministry of Housing, the Minister of Housing, he looking at the cell phone, and in 30 seconds, Anil will grab his cell phone. Just watch. Let us watch. Let's start count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's watch. The next person that's gonna grab the phone now is the lady next to Anil. Let's count. 1, 30 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, she grabbed her phone. Where's the other one phone there? You know, these people are so phony. They're gonna all of them on their phone. They don't care about no message. They're not concerned about any message. Maybe somebody texts them to tell them that that bench up is on, or whatever it is. What is it? They're not focused. They're not concerned about the people. I hope you guys who are watching, who are listening, understand exactly. This is no joke. It is a fact. They're not concerned about the message. They're not concerned about the people there. They're just concerned about the little likes. They're concerned about their propaganda and lying to the people. Lies, 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 lies. That's what they're about. Good, thank you. Sorry about that. Victoria, someone from Victoria just called. They say, those folks are not from Victoria. Most of those people are not from Victoria. Most of them are not from Victoria. And I want somebody to take the buses that are out, parked up in front there right now. You know, then again, when you call on the opposition MPs and think they get vexed, nobody must call them. They got a life to live to. They got to eat. They got family to support. All these things you got to hear, you know. All these things you got to hear. Them is the only one that got a life. Them is the only one that got a family to support. Them is the only one. All these things you got to hear. But let me hear a little more lies so we can come to them.
But I want to urge you not to box yourselves into thinking that something miraculous has to happen in this community alone for you to benefit. I want you to see yourselves as part of the East Coast. I want you to see yourselves as part of the region. I want you to see yourselves as part of the country. Because when development takes place, whether it is in Victoria, whether it is in Haslington, it is in Mahaika, it is on the East Bank, it is growth. It represents growth for the entire region and for the entire country. And when the economy of the country is stimulated, it puts money back in people's pockets. So we don't have to lament about one road or something that needs fixing.
She herself didn't even understand or believe in what she's talking about. She's sailing. She just gone way past what she's supposed to say, and so forth. But look how they're looking at that little boy in front. That little boy is going there in some pictures. He and his mom already, they're going there in some pictures. Watch out for them. They might be in the front page of Chronicle, right? Or on some other propaganda media outlets for them. When people bored, people didn't even get time with what they're saying. People didn't even get time with them. Everybody in their own world, in their own space. Look, the Minister of Agriculture, people when they making money, they're supposed to look a little good. He he making money, and trust me, he making enough money. Look how he looking, and he's supposed to be a young man too. Originally from Bloomfield Village on the quarantine. I know. Okay.
Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Justin said I love you.
I love you too, sweetie. Good.
No, Justin said that.
Oh, really? Good. Thank you. Maybe we should play Justin and Peppa Pig and thing at this this function here. Sorry about that, guys. So let's go back and hear some more of this propaganda so we can come to them.
To think bigger, to see yourselves as part and parcel of this country and the transformation that is taking place in Guyana, which you will see that translated into your own personal development and your prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Presidents. You heard their ear. Take advantage. The money belongs to who? The money belongs to us. So take advantage. I would now call on Minister Prasad to address you.
Thank you very much. Prime Minister, Cabinet colleagues, brothers and sisters of the Haslington Grove community and Victoria, especially,
I bet y'all she might want to walk out and go and give that little boy a hug. Let me see. I have $5 in my pocket right now. I'm betting y'all the $5.
to share with you many of the transformational programs that the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security deals with. My name is Vindhya Prasad, and I know that you've heard so much, and you would have realized by now there is a very definite path of this government to ensure that every Guyanese benefits from every sector and every program offered by the sector. And we are working on a path of transformation where this country can grow to great heights and where the world can recognize all of Guyana's contributions to every one of its people. We can have the best programs in the world. We can have the best ideas in the world and the most prolific vision. But if everyone is not a part of it, then we will not succeed in what we want.
Sorry about that. We missed the song there, but it is okay. As I was saying that that folks, I'm not sure where the opposition folks are. And nothing is wrong with standing up and protesting and chasing these people out of your communities. They just don't belong. They just don't care about your community. And they're basically there from a propaganda standpoint to spread their propaganda. And people should reject the propaganda. Where are the drums? How is it that nobody's beating the drums there right now? Drowning them out, the propaganda voices out, drown them out in every aspect. Pick up a placard, be right there in that meeting and chase them out. Let them know how you feel. There's nothing, again, there's nothing illegal about that, mind you. Remember? You guys remember?
Right across Ghana, when the ministers of Granger or Nagamutu come here after the 21st of March, you say to them, walk behind them, chase them out, they're going to be illegal. Say to them, you're illegal. Free up the country, you're undemocratic. They're going to face a different situation right across the country.
Ministers, when they come to the communities, whether it is in Berbice or Essequibo and Linden or in South Georgetown or Agricola or in Ennore or Port Morant, the people of Guyana should treat them as illegal. I said they should walk behind them, chase them out of your communities because it means they've been squatting in power.
And these folks right now, they're squatting in power. Nothing is wrong with doing exactly what this guy, what's his name, Jack Taylor urged people to do. Nothing is wrong with that. Or wait a minute, he's the only one could urge people to walk behind Granger and his ministers them and chase them out, and opposition people are not entitled to that as well. Well, walk behind these guys, chase them out, let them know that they're not needed, they're not wanted in that community. And a lot of these folks have collected we're hearing they've collected $5 or so $1,000, and that is why they're there. But most of them are not from Victoria. They've been bussed in, and we're getting some folks inboxing me. I don't want folks to just inbox me from the village. I want to see you guys there protesting and chasing these guys out of your community because they do not mean well at all. They just don't.
Program, and we have signed up with Coursera to make it more accessible to universities from around the world. So I say to all of you, if you haven't signed up today. Sign up today. And then in addition to that, we didn't only stop at training, we worked on funding. So in 2 years, we were able to give 8,000 women a startup for their business, to start their business, no strings attached.
Strings attached. Strings always attached. 8,000 women. Let's do the breakdown. Where the demographics and so forth. Let's do the breakdown. Let's get an audit as to the 8,000. Let us ask, if you're going to give somebody something to start up a business, what is the amount you're giving them? 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 to start up a business? How long that is going to last? What can that do to empower someone? $10,000 can't even barely buy a bag of rice, little sugar, and you get a little stuff to make swank, and it's done with. So the propaganda coming from these people, must not be allowed. We must reject the propaganda. It is what it is. Propaganda. How many of you guys are in this live? How many of you guys believe this propaganda? Almost all of you don't believe the propaganda. You just don't. Even those people on the head table there, they don't believe the propaganda. They're probably more interested in what's going on probably our program right now, because they know that we will expose them. And that is why we call on the opposition to react to these things swiftly. You can't be in the politics and say, oh, we're not. Oh, hold on. Look. Auntie in the red, not from Victoria. Should vex the camera to punch you. This guy there in the dark glasses, he's not from Victoria. The lady with a yellow dress still up front is not from Victoria. I see some of these people, I know one and two of them from Georgetown. Let me see. The poor little boy, the mother and the little boy up in front, and the little boy vexed. When he get a little older, I think it is grounds for him to sue his mother for forcing him to go to this meeting here and drinking an expired soda. You know, these guys. Look at what's happening. Even the minister Rabia, he tired. Probably knock little rum or something. He tie, look, he rubbing his head, he raving his hand. Look, Mark Phillips making some joke, they go skin the teeth. He go throw his hand back up around him. That's what's going on. The propaganda, the mockery that they're making. I really don't want to. Should I continue having you guys to listen to more of this propaganda? What do you guys say? Or we just find something else to do? Something else to. I like what Miss Booker is saying. I like what Miss Booker is saying. Rent a crowd. That's what it is. Rent a crowd. You rent a crowd and you're ready to go. You rent a crowd. Rent a crowd. Oh, it's Saturday. Port Morant Market. Saturday. You guys want to hear what else? Let me go back. Let me get back and hear a little bit of the propaganda so we could counter it.
And so I believe that too many people experience this. And right on the East Coast corridor, one of the new concepts, we have the Spotlight Initiative. This ministry spearheads it. And right now, it's the leading country in the entire region that is focusing on domestic violence. We started the 914 hotline. How many of you know of this? What's the number? 9? Come on. 914. Put it up on your wall. Keep it in your wallet. Put it up anywhere. If there is domestic.
It's strange domestic violence with these people. Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. Imagine they have started, according to what Vidya has just said there, they have started a program and not a single person in the audience, not a single one of those individuals, they're aware of what the number is or what that program is. Not a single one of them. So you understand the propaganda. You understand what this is about. But then again, it is what it is. Let's head back. Let's hear back some more propaganda.
On the East Coast Demerara corridor. That's a collaboration between this ministry and the Legal Affairs Ministry. And my brother, the Attorney General, and I have sat down and discussed this. So we put all the services you need under one roof. So when you go there, you make your report, you see the doctor, you get the counseling, you get the legal services, you get every kind of rehabilitation service.
Propaganda, propaganda, propaganda. All these things were done under the coalition. Every single one. They discontinued it when they got into office. These rigged people who have rigged their way into elections. Look, this guy in the white t-shirt, he checking his pocket to make sure he little money there inside. And he's uncomfortable. He wants to, as they say on the ground, he wants to beat out right there in front of them. He wants to leave. He wants to leave. Look, the white t-shirt. He wants to go. They force him to be there. I bet you in about 30 seconds he can get up and go. He wants to go. Look, I feel sorry for that brother there, man. They forced him to go there. He didn't understand what's going on. He's probably not even from Victoria. Oh, Father. You can get up and go just now.
Our first day night care and early childhood facility. And I want to reiterate something. All of these facilities are open to all of the people of Guyana, all of the people of the east coast of Demerara. And why is the day night care facility important? Because a lot of people, single parents in particular, work very late in the night. They work.
The night care stuff is a suggestion and an idea that came out of the coalition. All of these grand ideas came out as a result of the coalition. There's nothing new from these people. They have no ideas. They're visionless. That's what they're about. But what they do is they come up with different programs in order to make money. It's a money-making something for them because millions of dollars would have to be awarded for these things. That's, my friends, that is what it is about. They're not concerned about the people. They're just not concerned about the people and their propaganda. Look at all them people there that were busting. Nobody ain't listening to nothing. See this guy in the white t-shirt probably waiting to take orders from Kwame. You know, look at that little boy out in front there too. Mother forced him to be there. She can get what she wants. She can say she had a house lot in for about 20 something years, application, and so forth and so on. But yeah, I hope y'all not buying this propaganda.
To express themselves. Is that so, men? Does it? All the men agree? Right. So straight up talk, real talk, and to look at how you can benefit from
Straight
our
up.
programs. Sometimes when men hear empowerment, they think it's only the women we're talking about. No, we're talking about all of you. So these are some of the issues that we are dealing with. These are some of the programs that we have planned for you. And lastly, the Every Child Safe program out of the Child Care and Protection Agency comes to you and will be coming as they will be rolled out from village to village. We have already been to Buxton, we have already been to Beirut and more, and we are coming to all of your communities. And this program will deal with parenting. How many parents feel that sometimes they need a little help to parent and child raising becomes a challenge? You wish you had somebody to talk to or to help you. So this program is coming to your community on parenting, on how we keep children safe, and how, as a community, you can join the Community Advocates Network so that you can be the eyes and ears of the community to report any instance of child abuse, domestic violence, and together. I don't believe this ministry can do it alone. I've never believed that. I need help, and my help is you, every one of you. So today, I can really speak on many, many more programs that we're doing, but I know our time is limited, and you would love to hear from our Prime Minister and other ministers. But I really thank you for listening patiently. I really thank you for your attention, and heartfelt thank you to all of you for coming out today and being a part of our development programs and our transformational agenda. You are here because you believe that this is important to you, and I take my imaginary hat off to you, but I salute you for being here and being a part of an important conversation and discussion that can be life-changing. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, sign up. Get signed up. I would now introduce Minister of Youth, Minister of Young People.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Chairman and or Chairperson and Prime Minister. I want to start off by saying when I heard the Attorney General said that they have the best sauce and black pudding right here in Victoria, I was wondering.
Victoria get the best sauce and black pudding. What a way to start, right? Sauce and black pudding, not a strong village, a community oriented, not a strong village in terms of history, but they get the best sauce and black pudding. Father.
And I'm extremely pleased even more to see so many of you come to share your time with us, because I've been to many of these sessions before. Maybe not here in Victoria, but many versions of this in different locations. And it is a process that was led by His Excellency President Ali, a man who is on a mission to deliver prosperity to all of the people of the country. And out of these sessions that we've had, the versions of these that we've had in many locations, I've seen so many things, projects, development, personal and community development happen out of these sessions. Lots and lots of deliverables. And that's why it's very important that you use this session wisely. And I want to frame this engagement based on the message that you would have heard from many of the persons who spoke here already. In fact, all who would have spoken here already. You heard them speak about education, scholarships, training, house lots and title to land, collateral. You heard them speak about projects, roads, drainage.
All right. In order, we're countering the lies. That's just a bunch of lies. I was able to locate the honorable member of Parliament, Ganesh Mahipal. Mr. MP, good morning, sir, or good afternoon.
Morning, Mark. Morning. How are you doing?
Not too bad. We're looking and we're listening to the propaganda here of the PPP. A whole bunch of individuals there in Victoria. Well, what's happening there? Why the propaganda, sir?
No, well, listen. The people went out, and I don't give them any wrong for going out. As much as they can get the benefits, let them go. But there is nothing that is promising, that is guaranteed, that is going to come from this installed regime. They're all about a picture moment. They want to show the public that they can attract a number of Afro-Guyanese people to their outreach. They're trying to assist themselves in painting a picture that they don't have racial tendencies and they don't have racism in them. And that's what they're trying to do. But we know that they have gone to a number of places before and they have made promises that they never fulfilled, and they have never actually demonstrated their ability to work towards achieving a unified Guyana for all its people. So this is just another sham, and they are using it to their advantage politically. But I have always said, Mark, that people are academically inclined in this country to the point where they know madness when they see it. And this is just a superficial something, and it has no depth. There's no depth in it. So I'm not worried about it. I know that the people of Victoria and the surrounding communities are standing strong with the coalition, and I know that they will signal their voice and signal their way of voting by putting that X at the coalition. When the time comes, I'm not afraid of what is going on there. I'm so not afraid of what's going on.
All right, quickly, we heard Jagdish saying that he's going to capture certain stronghold areas of the coalition. He's going to capture them. What's happening with that?
No, well, he's trying to get into the minds of people, but it's not going to work. That's what you call childish politics, and he can continue to. You see, Jagdish doesn't have any form of he doesn't have any personal life of his own where he can go and make jokes and so on, be nice with any individual. So he tries to do it with the entire population, and it wouldn't work because we are not going to allow him to believe he can make us gullible. Because we're not gullible, and we're not bothered by him. And the opposition leader described him the best. He's a nymph.
Oh, I forget we do have a opposition leader. But thank you so much, Mr. MP. We appreciate your time, sir. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ganesh Mahipal there for you guys. Let's head straight to Alnis Village. We got to get J.R. Crawford. We hear that they're buying tractor for people and development and farmlands and these things. Good morning, Mr. Crawford. How are you, sir? Or good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm okay so far. How are you doing?
I know. Sorry that I got to basically have the comedy show that's on the road, the PPP there in Victoria right now. What's going on there with all these broken promises again?
Look, with the recent development from the State Department and the statement made a little over a week ago by the U.S. ambassador that all Guyanese must be given an opportunity across the board. They're trying to save face. But this is just because these news are just hot on the press. Once a couple of weeks have passed, it's back to the same thing. And whoever wants to sit and believe that what these people are going into the black neighborhoods and making these false promises, they're foolish. If these people had any intent on being fair across the board to every Guyanese, they would have done so from the start, knowing the circumstances that they grab into office and it wasn't legal. But instead of that, they went in there and they brutalized who don't support them. And, we haven't seen any resistance from the opposition because of their demeanor. And it's giving the PPP more opportunities to do whatever they feel like doing because there isn't a voice out there to keep them in check. Now, as far as Jack Joe trying or making statement that he's going to capture the PNC stronghold, look, we all know money rules the world. And when you look at the current generation, the loyalty is not there anymore. And when you hear people saying that, oh, it can't happen, I, for one, will not say that because people are loyal to the almighty dollar. And when you haven't been in touch with the ground, I don't know how they expect that somebody's getting juice, whatever little crumbs they have, and you're going to get them to come on your side with some promises when you haven't built a relationship. So that's a dangerous ground the coalition is using. And look, I don't know what is going to happen if the people don't come together and force the people that are supposed to represent the ones that do not support the VP and get them to do things in a proper manner. I don't know where we're going to end up. For me, it doesn't matter, but I am worried about the current generation and the ones to come.
Yes, and that is why we're saying we need to see a more aggressive opposition. We're not seeing that. But what is your take on these lies? Let's get back to these lies again. Your take again, sir.
Well, that's the thing. The PP know that they can disrespect the citizens of this country with whatever foolishness they put out there, and nobody is holding their feet to the fire. And it's a sad situation that they can go out into the so-called black communities, make these false promises, and then walk off laughing at the people. And then listening to your program and having this rent a crowd there, it shows you what their motives are. It's a photo op, and it's just a gimmick, and the gullible will grab at it, but we who got the intelligence will understand that this is nothing but a joke and a total disrespect to the people in these communities. Look at the makeup of this thing, Mark. You see, it's a joke. Phillips is only being used as a wuss in these programs because look, he has no voice when the discrimination is meted out to people that don't support this organization. He can't say anything. He's been override or been overridden in many instances.
Rent a crowd.
Right? So these guys are jokers. And I would never have gone under that tent and sit down if I was in that community.
Exactly.
I can tell you that.
Let's pause for a moment here. We have with us on the phone the Honorable Member of Parliament Roysdale Ford, Senior Counsel. Mr. Ford, good afternoon.
Very good afternoon, Mark. Good afternoon, Mr. Crawford. Am I recognizing the voice?
Good afternoon.
Yes, that's J.R. Crawford. I know you're caught up. You have a meeting you have to head to. The PPP is having a propaganda symposium out there in Victoria right now. Propaganda, I say. Your take.
I believe, Mark, that the members of the People's National Congress Reform and the citizens of Victoria and the residents of Victoria should understand that this is part of the propaganda plan of the PPP to go into the Victoria community, to go into the other African Guyanese communities with a message of seeking to mislead them, trying to persuade them to abandon the opposition and to believe that this is a caring government that has the best interest at heart. Poor people are not stupid people. I believe firstly that they should not attend these meetings. The PPP currently has no track record of demonstrating they have the interests of Guyanese people at heart, much less the residents of the Victorian community and the related and associated and nearby communities. So even though some may go out, they must go back into the communities and really preach and tell them about the extent of the statements made that are untrue and misleading, and the extent of the contempt that the People's Progressive Party and their ministers would have for the residents of these communities.
Absolutely. Well said. We are hearing some of the broken promises. They're talking about vocational schools. They're talking about technical institutions, the very things that these PPP folks have destroyed for the 26 years or so they were in office. We saw those stuff being resurrected under the coalition. Now the PPP is trying to sell that, something that they have destroyed.
Well, Charles Ramson would have closed down a number of vocational centers, which are in the communities where which African Guyanese live. So I don't understand how they could be seriously going into Victoria to speak of vocational centers. Clearly, Mark, this is part of the plan to mislead the Guyanese people and the African Guyanese community in particular.
Thank you so much. I know you're caught up. Is there anything else message you want to send? I know this week has been a good week for you guys in the court. The ruling was yesterday where the judge ruled that the action taken by Irfan Ali against the chairman of the Police Service Commission was illegal. Your take quickly on that, sir?
Yes, Mark, that is a very important and significant decision. I salute President Gino himself for the courage that he would have demonstrated and the intellectual fortitude which would have been laid out in that decision. It's a very significant decision. It forms part of the weaponry of the citizens and the opposition to demonstrate that these constitutional commissions and agencies must be given the independence as laid out in the Constitution. This judgment, together with the judgment delivered by Justice Hardinan in the issue in relation to the financial control that the government wanted to exercise over the independent constitutional agencies, form part of the weaponry now. And against the pushback against the government is seeking to control these commissions. I believe the next step or the next matter that flows directly as a consequence of the decision of Justice Gino Prasad is the validity of the promotion list made by Mr. Slow and his commission. The government has tried to sidestep and to get around that promotion list, which a number of qualified persons, qualified police officers would have been promoted. I believe that this clears the way now for that promotion list to be given full force and effect. And together with Mr. Samuel Peters and Mr. Todd and the other distinguished counsel involved in this matter, that will be the next focus of our attention.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. But 30 seconds more of your time. What happens now to Mr. Paul Slow now that the judge has ruled that it was illegal what Irfan Ali did? What happened to him? What happens to those officers who were not promoted and those who were promoted?
Well, Margaret, what I'm saying, we will now be seeking to have the list, that promotion list that would have been prepared by Mr. Slow, Mr. Conway, and the other members of that commission be enforced and given effect to.
Got you. I missed that part, but thank you so much for the clarification, and thank you so much for your time, and good luck at your meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. All right, Senior Counsel there, Roy Steele Ford, spending a couple of minutes with us, as we heard earlier from Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal as well. Mr. Crawford, let's just go quickly back to Victoria and hear what the propaganda is from this guy, Mark Phillips.
Because I want to hear you, the people of Victoria, speaking. We heard all the ministers, right? We want to hear you. But before we listen to you, if any one of you don't know, I want to remind you that Victoria is not one of the forest villages. Victoria is the forest village, right? And Victoria
represents what we want to happen in Guyana. That man alone was involved in development. Men and women. And if
What exactly is this guy talking about? JR, what exactly is he talking about? The propaganda from these guys? Do they even believe their propaganda? I'm sorry, I muted your mic earlier because go ahead, Mr. Crawford.
When Phillips opened his mouth, it makes one wonders what happens in certain leadership. Imagine this guy was the big zinc in the army. This guy is crazy. They have not done anything for this, for this community. And here they're telling the people that this is the forest. If you know that Victoria is the forest village, it was supposed to be something on the table from the get-go. Why couldn't we see that, preserving certain history or historic things or villages or events aren't a priority for these people? When these people come out and talk this nonsense, I for one don't listen. They're talking about they're for the people. Correct, McDonald.
Let me just make a quick clarification. Marlene Lorima is saying, Mark, you're a toothless poodle. Stop telling lies. I'm sure she's referring to that other Mark, but that Mark is not a Mark. He's a muck. He's a muck. So, Marlene, I know you're not talking about this Mark, right? Good. Oh, Mr. Crawford, go ahead, sir.
Look, Coretta McDonald highlighted some issues up in our community, your old neighborhood. And the chairperson for our NDC spoke to Edgel. Edgel turned to the woman and told her that she's racist because she highlighted the need and the neglect in our NDC, which is primarily a black NDC. How can these cats be leaders? You know what I'm saying? They go around the country and they make these false promises because they're all puppets. I don't know how they sleep with themselves at night. You're purposely oppressing a group of people because they don't support you politically. And you're going out there in the international forum and saying that you're for all Guyanese. I don't know how these people can the Guyanese people should start to turn away from when they're in their areas. If you don't support this organization, do not attend their functions.
Look at somebody saying here that, hey, Mark, this is the bridge between Belfield and Victoria. Bad. Things are not the best at all, and they have neglected this village. They've attempted to destroy the village, but because of a few strong people, the village was able to sustain over the years. For 25, 26 years, they have ignored the village. They haven't done anything to the village. They basically deprived the young people of jobs, of proper trainings and these things. Right there, a pack of liars. But I'm surprised that the coalition didn't have some folks just booing these people, chasing them out of the place, just like Jack Dale said not so long ago.
Right across Ghana, when the ministers of Granger or Nagamutu come here after the 21st of March, you say to them, walk behind them, chase them out, they're going to be illegal. Say to them, you're illegal. Free up the country, you're undemocratic. They're going to face a different situation right across the country.
When they come to the communities, whether it is in Berbice or Essequibo and Linden or in South Georgetown or Agricola or in Ennore or Port Morant, the people of Guyana should treat them as illegal. I said they should walk behind them, chase them out of your communities, because it means they've been squatting in power.
Squatting indeed. Mr. Crawford, let's hear quickly, because it's good to hear a little propaganda. Let's hear what this woman is saying.
I'm sure that some person's been writing down because they don't remember like me. So they're writing down. So there's a mic at the middle there. And
that guy is not from. That guy with that t-shirt there is not from. He's not from.
Just take the mic in the middle. Say what you have to say.
Nobody really wants to take the mic.
And your name, area, where you're from, and
I'll change it.
then you state your business.
Excuse me.
Orderly, nicely. So we
Oh, look, that guy get a T-shirt. I'm
start
not
with
a
the
terrorist.
first person at the
Kind
mic
of
there.
thing. He get a T-shirt that says he's not a terrorist. Obviously, he's being victimized. But look at here. Look. Mr. Crawford, you watch it?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Let me hear your question.
Good afternoon to you all, ministers. I have, let me come to the point. I don't want to take long. There's other people here. Desmond Corlett. I'm from Golden Grove. I heard y'all speak a lot about Victoria, but apparently, like Golden Grove is out. And there is a lot of streets in Golden Grove, especially the main access roads there, going down to the back dam. A lot of people want to plant and can't get access to the back dam. I would like that for y'all to look into that. Secondly, the roads there that is in Golden Grove, just like how y'all are doing concrete roads, I would like somebody to come in here and have a look at the roads them in Golden Grove. Golden Grove is a bad place. One more, there is the President College there, and the name President College, you could understand. Nobody's looking at the President College there. It is in a terrible state. Golden Grove Primary School. If you go into President College, you will see the amount of bushes there. I know in my young days, when I was in the militia, Golden Grove used to feed the entire village. Now they have to feed it with grass. So I'd like you to look into that.
They're going to chase you.
And
Yeah, just 1 second. So, while we're getting this type of information from the folks who are at the mic, I'm gonna ask that everybody keep it down so that we can get that information properly. Be respectful to them, because this is a very important session for us. And I'm sure when your turn comes, you will want everybody to treat you in that kind of way too. So allow the gentleman to continue and just to keep it orderly.
yeah, and I would like y'all to have an outreach like this in rural. I'm inviting y'all to go.
Really?
And so y'all could go walk about and see the condition of Golden Grove. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sean Bills. I just have a few documents I need today. Sean Bills. The bridge at between Belfield and Victoria that we had to use the other night for the accident. That bridge is in a deplorable state right now. I didn't hear nobody mention about that. We need that to be done. Secondly, Kingston Street. Vehicles can hardly drive there right now. The road is in a kind of wavy kind of way. Sideline down, Belfield Road. Moravian Street, the bridge on the eastern side, the western side, no good. Bagright Street, members of the community had to take builders' waste to fix the holes. Even myself personally with my truck have a problem. Well, I heard the minister talk about the drainage where you guys, I'm not into that area. So that been explained. Secondly, sir, I spoke to the Minister of Agriculture earlier before. I have a set of cows. I'm having a problem with Overdown Police Station. From the commander to vouch for me. For the past 5 months, I've been throwing a box with the ashram and the Coven jar. Up to Tuesday night, I was in the court attending court where this young man planted the sea reserve. The NDC gave me permission that I can graze on the reef of the seawall where you can graze my animal. This guy planting their permanent crops, mango, banana, different things. And his plant is not properly barricaded, chasing down my animals somewhere, and I got to pay up to Tuesday, gonna pay $106,000. Prior to that, $86,000, and it goes on. Can you guys tell me what else I was doing as a farmer to make a living? I work with nobody. You understand? So these are the things that I highlighted. I heard about some roads. I find that the light up is not that important right now. They have this street right by me, by the Victor Bengram. They have a woman living through there. She has stroke. They did the street half of the way. The other part, they don't even have a bridge. They're using the private owner bridge by Garden Gillis. The bridge is in a...
You know, Mr. Crawford, it's a shame. These PPP folks have no shame. That here it is, they are talking about developments and people are talking about all these problems in not only Victoria, but Golden Grove and other areas. But let's quickly, before we get a comment, let's quickly hear this lady. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rose Moses.
Look, the guy get a T-shirt that says "I'm not a terrorist." I hope these guys on the table there have to able to see that.
Ms. Moses, before you go, kindly, the last speaker, we will need the list, right? So we can take the information that you share with us. Go ahead, Ms. Moses.
Okay. My name is Mrs. Rose Moses. I come concerning 3 problems. One, I live in Milwaukee Road and the alleyway, not too far from the bare ground. When rain falls, the whole area flood, and it's flooding for days because why? The part where the water is supposed to go through is blocked up. I neighbor call me, come neighbor, I want to sleep good tonight. So I'm asking y'all, and if I could get somebody to walk, we just to show them, as soon as the rain falls, just by the school, the drainage start, and everything coming and lodging at the back of who living on the alleyway. The water flooding us days upon days, it's flooding us. So I'll be grateful if I can get someone to walk with me. Even though I'm grateful to get somebody to walk with me and see what's going on. Oh, I'm so happy that I get to talk with y'all because Victoria, this is place so cool. Victoria is one of the villages I noticed jumping. They're jumping this village. That's it, they are jumping Victoria. And this is the reason why I make it to duty right for you guys start up there. Unless Twitter, who can have who plan to tell them start the business. It's left unprotected right now. Just to come and visit the office, to let y'all know what's going on. So I'll be grateful if I could get somebody to go with me to see what's going on right now at the alley there. It needs wherever y'all the size of it to collect the water. And if we need somebody to come and take the train them pull up with the whole set of waste. I just try as big as I did, I just try, but it still can't compare with it, right? So one is I'm happy with y'all coming here, and 2, number 3, I need money.
Thank you, Ms. Moses, for your contribution.
I'm grateful. Somebody here who can help you to get money because I need us money. And let me tell you, that feeling to single mothers. That's president something like that. I was working on TV, and I'm asked that I pray for her. So I'm asked to please put on my name. I love y'all with the love of God.
Thank you, Mrs. Moses. I'm advised by Minister Dharamlal that we'll have some small contracts will be given out.
Propaganda, small contracts. We gone back to that. Lady says she need money. What's happening there, Mark? Sorry. What's happening here, Crawford? Is this like a real
yes.
propaganda? This is
Well,
nothing but propaganda.
It also turns back to mud in their faces, because when you listen to the amount of problems and need for these black communities that were purposely overlooked, this makes them look much more bad than what they thought this morning. You know, they thought they was going to come and have a window dressing, and I can tell you, none of the PPP people can tell me that they are fair across the board with any or every citizen. Coretta McDonald was up in our neighborhood. She highlighted the need for the drainage work to be done. Chairperson spoke to Edgel. Edgel told her she was a racist. Here's a black man telling a black woman she's a racist. Right? They never came to get this thing done. When the rain season comes again, we are going to be flooded again. When I sent in the bill for the drainage work, I hope they give me my money before I lose my temper. But they're been saying to some of the people in Region 6 that they're not going to do anything because of me, because I speak out against them. I will not bow to the PPP to get things done.
You know,
I cannot be bought.
Mr. Crawford,
This is services and goods that must be provided.
We listen to all the propaganda, let's hear what this lady's saying. She looks like let's hear.
Where the scripture are going, the British not good at all, and behind. I will like Mr. Nigel that allowed to send out people to visit it. Number 3, I have a problem with a man. I don't call him name, no warrant.
Yeah, problem with the man.
Yes. I ain't calling no name, no warrant. Because tonight we got sleep. And we got sleep in the IO. You know? Certain things I can't talk at the table. You see the crowd. I'm talking with comrades and the guys at PPP. Everybody know me at PPP. I don't care about the story. So I can't talk the story, but don't talk to the tweet. As Minister Kwame said, talk it at the head tables. Don't talk it on. So talk. I have Minister of Agriculture. I already talked about Market Road. We need one between Two Feds and Stroke Middle One. Right now, Minister supposed to visit me soon, but he can't no one. A plenty people want to come to bed and they can't get. And I'll be on France Road. Good. So I want to pick up the ministers and the President Eford Ali, the Prime Minister, and all the ministers of the government. Thank you to turn up and support us. We are welcome you anytime you are there. We are welcome you. I don't care who say my PPP. Everybody knows your PPP. I don't care. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. I want to assure you that we have a similar outreach from Ansbro. And we will be coming to Ansbro. I have on my desk right now a letter from the people of Nabaklis. So we go to Nabaklis too, right? The intention is to go to every village.
No. The intention is to go to every village that's predominantly African Guyanese. That's a fact. Just say that. And so I want to hear that the coalition, if they have a coalition still, I want to hear them. Mr. Sean Ben, feel free to come on. We could hear your view. We get a lot of people who want to talk. Yeah. Feel free to come. Let's hear your views as well. But we want to hear that the coalition is going to go into Port Morant tomorrow. We want to hear that the coalition is going to go in Manripo, Blackbush Polar, and those places as well. JR, you're laughing. What's happening?
You won't see that. They're too afraid to face people. They're too self-centered. when you get leaders that don't want to be roughed up by the people, so you can get a clear understanding of the needs and the wants, you actually don't have any leadership there. The problem with the coalition is that they pick and choose, and they think that they have enough of the stronghold, and that 51% is good enough. They don't understand that as a party leader or leadership member, your job is to grow the party every single week. It's a constant. It's like making breakfast. It's every day. You have to do it like clockwork. But they don't want to do that because they don't have the interest of the people at heart. It's a power grab situation. It's so simple to go into these areas and listen to the people. You may or may not get received in a proper manner, but make the attempt. It's like someone trying to
one second, please.
don't try.
Let me hear this woman. 1 second.
Answer my question. I have so many questions, but as you guys talk, it's complete. So I am happy to hear about that. And there's another issue whereby I guess I'm not the only one that is having that problem. I would love for Mr. Nandalal to explain to us if we're being taken advantage of. I get very emotional when I talk about this. At the police station, is there anywhere that we can go to get help? Because while I was pregnant for my daughter here, a young man who my father called his best friend, he died. My father drowned, saving his friend. And the guy took over everything that my father had, that is cow. And when after his burial, we went there and they took everything. There was only one that nobody took because of the mark that he had on his face. I went to Perico Station. Mind you, I'm driving all the way from Victoria. And they had me going back and forth. It was very frustrating. When I finally get through to the guy, guess what they told me? That the guy never showed up. After telling me to turn up to the station that Saturday afternoon, I waited from 3 until 5, and nobody came to me to ask me what happened. I went back the Tuesday. I went back.
These folks have a lot of issues, a lot of things happening, lots of discrimination, lots of things.
I can tell you a couple of stops in the backlist in the last 3 weeks, and the amount of complaints that they were there from young people and grown up folks. There is a lot there to be done, but no representation. I can tell you that. I've until last Sunday I had some conversation with some people up there. These are the things that drive you to a breaking point. And the red tape is the red tape that we have here, it's not helping the cause. And we seem to be running into walls when we try to get help in this country. You have to be able to pass money or something to get somebody to look into your situation. And most of the time, it's not something that we can afford. So, and these are the opportunities. This program, what you're doing here, the opposition team should have been able to do what you are doing today, so they could have an understanding of what is going on, where they're lacking. But I guess they have to be cussed out before they get on the road for 2 days, and then they go back into hibernation for a month. And that's the sad part. You do not approve of the PPP way of managing affairs, but the support team that you support, they're not showing you that they're capable of stepping up to the plate. And this is why Guyana has gone to this situation. We don't have a proper team for the honest people.
A lot of people know when it's not the time. This is not the time to come. This is I don't know. I'm just tired of some of these guys in the opposition. One guy is bawling out there all the time. He wants to come on the show. He wants to. Come on, Dennis Atwell. I know you listen and think this is make your comment and so forth. You want to come on the show? You want to come on the show? Check your inbox message. Stop bawling out. You want to come on the show?
Hey,
Let's
Mark.
see what this guy is saying here quickly.
And Martin and Group, because you invited the people from and Group to come to Victoria. There is a disgrace. Are you afraid to come to Angola? You welcome in Angola. I know that you know that. You welcome in Angola. But you want to know what is the problem with NIS? Pensioners. Why we can't get an increase on NIS pension and the government invest that money only for these people and all the interest will where it's going, not to the pensioners?
Every year during the budget time,
NIS,
the government
hundreds of millions
announce
of dollars from NIS.
whatever increases that we agreed on. Okay? And since we have been in government, since we returned to government in 2020, there have been increases in the NIS pension.
Okay. Increases started under the coalition.
Look at the amount of the percentage that the coalition increased the pensioners' monies from 7,000 it went to what 21,000.
Yeah, they just used to get crumbs.
They were given 7,000
under the PPP, and then Jaguar stole hundreds of millions of dollars from NIS and gave it to his friends and cronies to build the Borvis River Bridge as a private
money making machine. You know, Mark, what I'm not hearing from this current regime, nobody is addressing the cost of living that is strangling the nation. Nobody. They talk about it a little once it's been pushed out in the media. Look at the pressures that the families are facing now. You look at the King Cousins bringing home $21,000 a week. How are they gonna maintain a family? Or a store clerk making $14,000 a week? Nobody's talking about it.
I am agreeing here with this viewer, Ms. Simons, saying at the very least, someone from the opposition should come on immediately after the meeting and provide a rebuttal to the matters that were discussed. Who's going to do that? The people are busy, Ms. Simons. They're very busy, and they probably wouldn't find this important. Some of them in the leadership are arrogant enough to say, we don't have time with that. So you won't find them. I want to hear, I've noticed there's a lady there with a t-shirt that says she's no terrorist. Like she disappeared. It seems like she disappeared. So a lot of folks here are not from Victoria. They were told by PPP guys that they should go to Victoria. So a lot of them are from other areas. All the people are not Victorians here. Let's hear this guy.
What I want to add is upon the list that the Prime Minister mentioned about the road. West Island is in a very bad state, as well as East Island. Very, very bad. People cannot really travel there, they are going out like going on A-O. So, right now, I would like to ask those two upon the list that
Okay, I've consulted already with Minister Darnlal and Sideline Dam. Both sides that you're talking about will be added to the list, okay?
All the promises.
Mark Philip, Mr. and the family. Big up. And my the family to big up. One of the same thing, silent down. I get my material for coming. It's off, man. I tell me, fucking coming up on one single load. Not double axle, the double axle party, he said the damn bad. And the damn is bad. I read Mark Philip know me.
the PPP where you went under yard too. And you know this ski. My name is Ski. And you know who is me, and I want, please, I'm begging you all the Minister Mark Anthony, everybody, I'm begging you all, please do something for this island. I'm begging you. Thank you.
All right.
God bless
Okay.
you. And please do it for me. For more, your minister, do it.
All right. Thank you for rooting for sideline now. Consider it done.
President,
Everything done.
we
Sideline
heard
done.
about the sideline dam, Victoria East sideline and West sideline that will be done. So if you know that someone make a representation for somewhere that you would like to represent, just don't worry about it. It's already done.
Everything done.
Right?
It's
So
done.
just don't let's repeat because the line is getting long. Everybody wants to be heard. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Kerry Sampson. Right? Good, wonderful. I have a concern with the council. A very, very serious concern with this council. Right? Let me take this case along what I'm saying. I live in Victoria here, right? And I've been paying the taxes, right? And every time, Mr. Nandalal, I wrote you on the matter. Where every time I went to pay my tax, they had something adverse to say because I'm not APNU. I wrote you on that matter. I wrote the president too. I wrote Mr. Gabriel too on that matter, right? And what was happening? There are people in the council that are picking on persons who have these lands. They get the information from inside of the council. And then Mr. Rutherford, Captain Rutherford, he comes to survey the land. Where do we get the attention from? Right? They get the information from in there. And they come and they survey the land. And when they survey the land, it doesn't illegally. And they take you to court with that illegal survey that Mr. Rutherford does. Now, the people at the council, this chairman was very good when she was the business representative. But when she got into the business of robbing up their land, right?
Okay. If there is a particular issue you're raising,
yes.
Let's deal with the issue. Don't let us go into a lot of gap. Okay? Because we want to give everybody a chance to raise issues of concern. But I can tell you further. We got local government elections coming up. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. And you have a vote.
I never heard that.
Okay, you have a vote. Right? So exercise your right to vote the council in for another term or vote them out. Don't come here with all these, ins and outs. If you have a problem like a road, you have a problem with a drain, you have a problem with a land issue, come with a specific issue and we will address it.
Right, I understand.
Right now you're giving me a lot of gap.
Yes, I'm
and other people waiting.
Yes. No.
Yeah,
other people in the community that do never had the opportunity to say what I'm saying here. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Right? Good. There's corruption at the council. That's it.
Yeah, corruption at the council. Good. Corruption.
Okay, just give the lady a chance to be heard.
Yes, I'm from Golden Grove. My name is Miss Wendy Walker. I live at the street after the Golden Grove Primary School, and it is a very big, large street. And that the street is a dam. When it rains, the water and the trench and the road, the street is together. It's flood. And as you can see, I'm using a cane. My neighbor, he has strokes, he cannot come out. Then we want to go to clinic, he cannot come out. Then we want to go and was selling market. So most of my time I cannot come out to sell them in the village. So I'm
Mr. Crawford, I don't know. We let's look to wrap up here because this is. Let's just let the people know those two guys standing there are actually security guys. And,
Mark,
yeah.
you know what's sad? These people, they have all these needs, and yet you're not seeing them as a serious group of people. You know, and that's something that if you know you're being disrespected and neglected, and you have an opportunity to raise the concern, you know, you need to be much more focused and much more blunt.
Oh, let's hear this lady with this terrorist T-shirt.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I must say, women seems to be voicing their opinions a lot. So, as women, it therefore means we have a problem, right? I am from Haslington. I know you said you're dealing specifically with Golden Road, but I'm a part of the Haslington Road NDC. I'm from Haslington, and I'm sorry the Minister of Education was not here because I have some concerns for them as well. We have a few roads. Oh, God, thanks. We have a few roads in Haslington as well that really need. First of all, there is a dam that is from as soon as you bounce Golden Road Bridge into Haslington, going to town. There is a dam that goes towards the farmlands at the back there. Please see if you can look into that. I think it's called the sideline, Golden Grove Haslington Sideline Dam. Please see if you can look into that dam for us. Then, just after that dam, we have the first street on your left and the second street on your left. Now, we have to think about our big youths, the seniors within these communities. They are going to clinics. They are going to the hospital. When it rains, we have problems getting those people out of those areas. So that would be the first two, the dam and the first two streets on your left. One of the streets, we always say Cashwick Street. That street is very bad, and the street before Cashwick Street. Going down to the northern side of Haslington.
I don't know, man. This is a regime that supposedly done so much and they care, but all you hear is nothing is being done. Absolutely. Let's prepare to wrap up, Mr. Crawford.
Mark,
Yeah.
you know, I have to wonder.
Wait a minute. This is not the young lady who was charged, is she? Wait a minute. Let's continue hearing this thing.
So that center, that nursing school, the old nursing school that is there, I am recommending that it don't destroy it or don't tear it down. If we can do some work on it, hand it over to the people of the community. Maybe bring in some computers and the internet and things that we can work with our youth, our children, and to Minister of Youth, Culture, and Sports. We have two grounds in Haslington. We have one to Haslington North, and there is one south Haslington. That was where the King field was. That ground, nothing. It's just grass and bush. No fencing, no nothing. Please look into that ground for us, and the Haslington ground as well. It is in a deplorable condition. The last work was done to it, I think back in 2020. The NDC did some work, but right now, it needs to be done. We have a lot of youths. They're wasting time. And when we have youths wasting time, we have problems. So let's look at our youths. All the sporting activities that you can find. I mean, yes, I'm from Haslington, but let's look at the wide area. Let's look at every possible village that you can see or your eyes can behold. We need to work with our youths. So we need some work done at Haslington Ground, floodlights, the bandstand, that center there that I'm asking not to tear it down, just refurbish it, and let's get something done in there that will benefit our younger people and our older youths, all right? The street lighting, it's out. It's dark. We have women coming in after 12 and 1 at night to work, and to go down that Goshen Road towards the seawall. No, it's scary. Families gotta come out and reach their families at the road front just because people are afraid. And my last thing is the garbage at Aslington Seawall. The garbage, and if we're gonna have an overflow of garbage there, that is gonna affect our drainage. So you all please look into the drainage. I can't talk to Crapo Mother. I can't. I bring my complaint here. So please, the garbage there, we're gonna have problems with our drainage as well. So y'all please, the next outreach you have, I want you all come on a walk outreach. Don't come with your tables and your chair and your tent. Put on some sneakers and come and let's walk these communities. And you're gonna see what is happening. You understand? And to my minister, social services, madam, I need to see a little bit more counseling for our abused women, single mothers, children who are running away from home. We need to see some more counseling in these areas. All right? Thank you all so much.
All right, before we go to the next speaker, I just want to say the issue raised with the old nursery school. We'll talk to the Ministry of Education. And
I'm not sure. I saw some comments. Well, the police have been there for a while now. They're not just there surrounding her. They were there standing there all the while. But I saw some comments to say that that woman who spoke a few moments ago is this woman. I'm not sure if it's the same person. I'm just not sure because I don't know the woman. At least I can't recall ever meeting her. But if it's the same person, I don't know. I don't want to comment unless it is the same person. I don't know. But I hope it's not the same person because after issuing a wanted bulletin and charging her and painting her as a terrorist, acts of terrorism, and then to stand there, I doubt that it's her. I doubt. Mr. Crawford, as we prepare to wrap up, sir, what's going through your mind?
I'm wondering if these people under this tent, if they're really serious about all these problems. You know, you have all these problems. And you have people when after someone makes.
So, one second. Somebody's saying she's asking for help, as Kelly's saying here. Fair enough. Fair enough. Concern about community, yes, but asking these oppressors who have
she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be there.
Branded her terrorist and all these men to stand there and talk. Oh, come on, Kelly.
She shouldn't be there.
She should. She should have been. She should be anywhere, but she should have been leading a protest there to chase them out.
Look, all these complaints that we're hearing about it. If these were coalition supporters who have been neglected, why couldn't we see
this lady like should carry pressure upon them? I want to hear.
Concern.
Coalition.
I'm glad to get some support.
So just to respond to what you said, we did a lot of work in Victoria, and we'll continue. As I said, we have desilted all the main canals, the primary canals, the middle walk, the sideline, and we'll be constructing all-weather road this year in our budget. We're bringing a new pump to Victoria, and we'll continue to enhance farmers' position here. For example, all the planting material we are giving.
Lies. What's happened to the guys in Black Bush folder? Lies, Crawford. Look, your boy Mustafa.
Mustafa is a very rich man now, boy.
Yeah, very, very rich indeed. Very rich. We can't.
You know, Mark, what's disturbing, right?
We got to wrap up. Too much propaganda. We've got to go. But go ahead.
This area is supposed to be a coalition stronghold. Why couldn't we seen the coalition in there having the same discussion of all the needs and the wants and and have the party leadership team and the MPs bring this on the on basis? It shows that we have a coalition or an opposition team that is totally out of touch with the needs of the people that support them or supposedly supporting them. And that's the reason why BJ is saying that he is going to go to the neighborhood.
All right. Okay, ma'am, you're gonna get your document within a month from now, okay? All right.
Honorable Prime Minister, Ministers of Government, we in Victoria would like to compliment government for this kind of outreach.
Okay, I believe his name
It
is
is not the place where we can orderly deal with what development is all about, but it is a start. I like especially to say thank you to Minister Prasad. I'm not going to compare the presentations, but she spoke of the life issues, really matters that affect rural communities like Victoria. It's a pity that we didn't know many of these things, and we have to know how to access them. The biggest problem in development, or one of them, is access, how you do it. Ministers can say one thing, they have to ensure that those under them are carrying all that very.
All right, Mr. Crawford, let's prepare to close up here now with the propaganda. Tomorrow is another big propaganda at Babujan. What's going to happen there? Will we see some protests out there to chase them out of Babujan, or are the workers out of Blackbush Pole and other places going to go to chase them out?
Nobody's going to chase them out, but everybody's going to be happy. Who's going to Babujan? The rest of the people, they're going to be sitting idle. Excuse me. One of the disturbing things that I've seen on this program today is the constant begging of the people for basic service. I hate to see that citizens have to beg. And with this kind of behavior, we need to make sure that the opposition wakes up, or we have to seek alternatives.
All right, Mr. Crawford, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Thanks. You, sir. Good. All right, J.R. Crawford there for you guys. We heard also from MP Ganesh Mahipal. We heard from MP and Senior Counsel Roysdale Ford and J.R. Crawford. We've watched and listened and read the views of many of you here. And we've got to go. Some people are saying don't go, but we've got to go. Remember, it is your elected officials who should have been out there and who should be doing these things. I'm just a private citizen. You guys can't expect me to be on all day, right? I see Victor saying that he wants to hear the guy in the blue speak. All right, let's hear for another minute. Give you guys what you want, yeah.
And we are going to go to the Minister of Local Government again because we have tried this before. But we who have the experience, our children walk on the road. We want it to be declared a one-way and to use the other two roads with the bridges connecting the village.
Well, all right. Mr. Poole is speaking there. Abraham Poole. He worked at the office of the president during the coalition, and he's voicing his opinion. Abraham Poole worked at the office of the president under the coalition. Somebody's saying they missed me last night. I was caught up in traffic. Then when I got in, I fell asleep. Tried to take a quick hour rest and I was knocked out. Sorry about that, guys, for missing me last evening. I'll try to make it up, but I've got to go. I've had enough of this propaganda. I've had enough of forcing the people to beg. When Irfan and these guys went into Manrapon, they walked with millions of dollars and gave out people hundreds of thousands. And they're laughing and saying, look, these people are here begging. All right, Mr. Poole, Abraham Poole, we understand now. You relax, I know Abraham Poole, so worked at office of the president during the coalition. Abraham, those who know Mr. Poole knows Mr. Poole, right? I'm sure if Mark Phillip pulls Mr. Poole aside and say, hey, we want you to, anyways, I've got to go. Thank you guys. Not sure if the coalition going to have a rebuttal of these meetings, these propaganda, or whether they are going to go into PPP stronghold as well. They need to go into PPP stronghold. They need to have meeting in Monrepo, in Annandale, in Port Moran, Blackbush Polder. A meeting in your stronghold area, speaking to people in your stronghold area what they already know. Having public meetings in your stronghold areas, telling them things what they already know. I gotta go. I'll see you guys some other time. Probably gonna hear the lies of these guys at Babujan tomorrow. Chelly Jagan should just wake up and just choke all of them, spreading their propaganda and lies. I hope the people in Berbice come out and protest and chase these people out when they go to Babujan. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you.
Pressure boss pipe. Pressure boss pipe, boy.
Making the short video for send to you and the viewers and listeners. I'll know we punishing in Guyana. Punishing. Rice gone up, sugar gone up, flour gone up, cost of living just gone up, gas.
Hello, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.